Thank you, Mr Speaker. I'm pleased to take the last call on the Psychoactive Substances Amendment Bill. I just want to acknowledge Minister Ryle for the work that he has done behind the scenes. This is a very, very difficult piece of legislation because it's a very, very difficult area of drug law because of the challenges that these chemicals present, that the drug manufacturers, the drug peddlers have exploited for many years now, since the late 90s in fact. Sir, I'm a little shocked, sir, but I mean, we expect what we expect from the Green Party, but to abstain on something like this because they have strong views for and strong views against, when the New Zealand public are struggling desperately about this subject, sir, this whole Parliament has been, it shows us really how unprepared that party is for ever being on the government benches, sir. Right. Because every day a government deals with matters that they have to make tough calls on. We can't please all of the people all of the time, and that party seems to think that if they can't fall on one side or the other, they'll just sit squarely in the middle. And actually the New Zealand public expect greater of them, and while I have the greatest respect for Kevin Haig, I don't actually believe he has done his party any service today, and they've demonstrated why the Green Party should never get anywhere near these government benches, sir, because the public deserve better than abstaining on something that is very, very important. Yeah. So what this legislation does is it removes the 41 products that were on the shelves as part of the transitional regime. With a benefit of 2020 hindsight, one could suggest that these products would have been harmful. They are made of compounds and chemicals largely unknown to science, which really only serve one purpose in my view, sir, and that is to make the drug peddlers money through the misery of addiction. Because these substances lock very quickly into the neurotransmitting parts of the brain and very quickly cause addiction, and goodness knows what other psychological disorders. Sir, so this legislation gets rid of those 41, and it says they will also have to prove that they are of low harm, and I've expressed to this Parliament that low harm means they can't have a possibility of causing addiction, which is harmful, so I'll be watching on with interest as to how they traversed. It also removes the animal testing provision. I have absolutely no problem with that, sir, because what we're dealing with here, if we have to raise the bar, if we have to say to those people, the standard for you as the drug manufacturer needs to be higher, because if it's going to be used by humans, we don't believe that animals should be subject to that, well, fair enough. And actually, I don't think we should lose too much sleep if the onus going on the drug manufacturers is that little bit tougher. And so if they need to spend more millions and it takes them longer to be able to get their product to a position where it's available to go back on the shelves, then so be it, sir. I actually hope that what this legislation does is put drug peddlers, drug manufacturers and those that would create addictive substances to create misery through addiction to make money, I hope it puts them out of business. And sir, I want to commend the Minister for what he's done. I want to commend colleagues from across the House for supporting this legislation. It is a tough piece of legislation. It's pioneering stuff. But sir, today this Parliament has sent a very clear message about accepting the harms that are created by psychoactive substances. And can I say to the New Zealand public, please also accept that we all have a choice to make when it comes to ingesting something like this or others. And the legal status of a drug is never going to alter the chemical nature of that drug, and we should all remember that, sir. So I commend this bill. I think it's been necessary, but at least we've got on and done what needs to be done. I commend it to the House.
Members, this debate is concluded. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. I'll ask. Party vote has been called for. Ask the clerk to conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 in favour.
New Zealand Labour. 34 votes in favour. Green Party.
14 votes in abstention.
New Zealand First.
7 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
3 in favour.
Mana.
1 in favour.
Act New Zealand.
1 in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 in favour.
Members, the ayes are 107, the abstentions are 14. The motion is agreed to.
Psychoactive Substances Amendment Bill, third reading.
Members, the time has come for me to leave the chair. The House stands adjourned until 2 p.m. tomorrow.